You remember that old song? Ooh, Roxy. Well, it's ooh, alignment, right? Principle 7, alignment. This is our last principle, but I might have a bonus one for you. And coincidentally, it's Finance Friday. What a perfect day to talk about alignment when we're talking about our finances, right? So let's recap. Without having the courage, you're not going to be able to trust. Without trust, you're never going to be able to give respect or be respected, right? Without respect, you don't have growth, right? Because we're constantly pushing, striving for growth. Without growth, we're not going to have excellence, right? We'll never be able to strive to levels of excellency. If we're not able to strive for excellency, we're never going to have resiliency. And without resiliency, we're not going to have alignment, right? It is important that you, your team, your clients, everybody around you are in alignment. Should have a clear understanding of what the vision of your vision, right? What is your vision? What are you playing for? What is your vision? You got to pay to play, right? What is the mission? What are you trying to accomplish, right? Not only that, but how does the mission fall into or line up with the greater vision, right? The mission's constantly going to change. We talk about like setting goals and setting benchmarks. Those benchmarks are your mission, right? Sometimes we can have multiple missions on the go. Generate more leads, help more people, grow your revenue, automate your systems and processes or infrastructure, right? But there's a beautiful thing when you line up these 7 commitments and everybody is on the same page. They all go hand in hand, right? You start at 1, you work your way to 7. We're constantly working on all 7 of them at the same time. It doesn't end, right? And if you fall short in one area, you're losing the leadership capital. Doesn't get much more simple than that. But don't get me wrong, just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy, right? So you want to make sure everybody's in alignment. How do you make sure that everybody's in alignment? Communicate simply, communicate effectively, right? I mentioned this in my stories the other day. Communication should be simple, short, and concise. If the team or anybody is unclear, they should feel comfortable. They should respect you enough and trust you enough to feel comfortable to come to you and approach you and ask questions, ask clarifying questions. As you're relaying the missions to your teams, you should be asking for a recap, not only to make sure that they're understanding, but you want to make sure that you didn't miss anything, right? You want to clarify, hey, I want to make sure that, hey, Jack, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything when I went over what the mission is, what we're trying to accomplish here. Can you just say it back to me? Make sure that we're on the same page, make sure that I covered everything and that I communicated properly, right? You put the ownership on you, and that takes the fear and the pressure off of them. And it only goes to foster the alignment, right? Same thing as taking ownership over your mistakes. We're human. Everybody understands that. We're all going to make mistakes. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. What the problem arises is afterwards, right? You can work on all these things, but if you're not owning what's going on, if you're not taking ownership over the situations, it's kind of a moot point, and that's where people fall short. They run, they hide, or they don't take ownership over the mistakes, and then things really start falling apart pretty quickly, right? Whereas if you take ownership right up front, hey guys, here's the situation, here's how it went wrong, here's why it went wrong, and here's what we can do to fix it, and here's what we can do to prevent it from ever happening again, right? You're bringing all the principles, all the commitments together, and you're fostering that alignment to keep everybody moving in unison. That's what I got for you, Elite Clarity Nation. Happy Finance Friday. You follow these 7 principles, you follow these 7 commitments, your business is going to explode. That's it. You will explode in all the right ways. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Cheers.